All right, so I want to talk about my 2024 and going into 2025. So, this is a little bit of a reflection. I have some notes here that I'm going to read off and I'm going to share and expand on those notes. So, 2024, around this time, it's currently December 23rd, and 2024 was a little bit of a, not I would say a tough year. Like it wasn't. I'm not gonna say it was like a bad year. It was a good year. However, career wise, it was a year where I had a lot of reflections at the end. I was super frustrated. I was lost. I was working on a project and we did not see a lot of success with one of our launches. So it kind of got me sitting and I realized you have been working on everyone else's so-called dreams or projects. You haven't really taken the time to do your own thing. And I was also doing a lot of other things. I was working on a project for a political campaign, and I was doing, I have the family business and I was working another job as well. So I was doing quite a bit. My hands were full, and my whole life was pretty much revolved around those things. However, I realized that I wasn't really doing what fully fulfilled me. So I made the decision to figure out what are you gonna do in 2020. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, what is gonna be your career path in 2024? So what I did was I wrote down a couple of things, and I have it here. Let me even read it out. So I have things I could do: stream FC24, fitness and fashion content, plus monetize my own brand, double down on Alex project, study something in school, and then fit for mental. So what I just started with, I started with FC24 streaming because I was playing quite a bit of FC24 in my spare time. So I realized, you know what? And I used to watch a lot of streamers back then. And especially like in the mornings while I was working, I would listen to a lot of FC streamers, FIFA. If you don't know about the name change, so I was streaming a lot of that. So I was uploading content about that. I made some videos, and I realized that although it's cool, I don't really play FC all the time, and it's not something that I think about on a day to day basis. And it's really uncontrollable too because if that's the only game I play and something happens with that game, like what am I gonna do after? So I didn't really enjoy streaming either. It wasn't really my thing. I like to just play whenever, like, I usually use it for downtime. So I tried it, but I tried it. That's the thing. I tried it. And then I tried a blog, which was something I was doing. I was going to the library every single day, pretty much, for about 30 minutes to an hour. And I would just try to figure out what to do next. So I did a lot of research. What can I do? What can I do? This year I had no idea what I was going to do. I was so lost in terms of like my overall career path. I was so lost. And I just remember that going to the library, not what makes it hard is when you have the ambition, when you have the drive, you really do want to get do something, but you just don't know what that thing is. And literally my whole 20s was like that. My whole 20s was figuring out what do you want to do. I tried photography. I did YouTube, which is I'm doing now, of course, but I was looking at being a filmmaker. So I actually did some filmmaking gigs. I got into e-commerce. I was in photography, as I mentioned before. I was trying to do the influencer stuff, the fashion stuff, and nothing was clicking for me. I got into personal training. I worked at a gym. I didn't work very long at the gym. I didn't really like it, right? Also, and then I did the project management stuff. So I was building out landers and funnels, and I realized that's not something I really like to do either. But the funny thing is, all these things that I did before, they're all kind of coming back now, and I have all those skills. I know how to build funnels. I was a coach. I've coached people in the past. I photography. I know how to deal with visuals. So all these things are coming into play. So I just really need to figure out what to do. And after that, I looked at a blogging course. I looked at it. I was like, oh, okay, let me try blogging. And then I discovered a guy, his name was Danco. He had a writing course as well. So I tried tweeting more. And that's when I went to France for a little bit because I've gone to France a couple times this year. And I looked at someone, a coaching person, right? Like a fitness business coach, because I got back into YouTube and I was putting down like a little Calendly link. I was like, for a limited time, I'm going to be coaching people, Calendly link, Calendly link, Calendly link. So I was like, okay, well, why don't you get back into online fitness again? Because I wasn't doing online fitness training. I was doing personal training and it was at a gym. And at that time, I wasn't allowed to do online fitness training. I was only allowed to train at that gym. It was their company guidelines. So that's why I didn't actually get into online fitness training. But I had got into the space. So I started doing that and I started uploading some content. And then that's when I decided, you know what? Let's do this. Let's try this out. And I ended up hiring an online fitness business coach. The last couple of months, last 4 months, all I've been doing, the first month, I just learned how to set it up. I learned the structure of it, how it works. I got into the community. The second month, it was just really still building it out. The third month, which is October, this I guess technically the second month, which is October, I opened up the business. I had my origin story. October 1st was the day that I started the business. The business was open for business. I started training some people, and it wasn't a steady flow, but I started training people and I started seeing them. They're seeing results. I'm seeing they're developing better habits. So it kind of got me like, wow, you're actually helping people. You're actively helping people. And that was a huge one. I was actually helping people achieve their goals. And fitness is something that I've always done. Throughout all those years that I just talked to you about, fitness was always a part of my life in some way. Whether it be the photography days, that was probably where it was the least. But when I was doing personal training, of course, when I was doing e-commerce, fitness was always a part of my life. In that at that point, because I'd hired a personal trainer before, at that point, fitness just became a little bit of an autopilot thing. Well, there was times when of course, I fell off a little bit, but it just became an autopilot type of thing. So that's when something just clicked, and then now I know exactly what I want to do. I just need to execute on it. And next year, what I'm doing is I have goals for these things. So this year was more of, I want to figure out what to do with my life, or not. No, I would say my life because things change, but I want to figure out what to do for now. And the year, now that I'm here at the end of the year, I have a lot more clarity. I feel like last year I had a lot of confusion. This year I have a lot more clarity. So now I have goals. I'm working on achieving them. But the biggest thing, honestly, is I just tried things and I just kept going. And I bet on myself. That's the biggest lesson that I learned this year, to bet on yourself. Because when you bet on others, what happens is you can get disappointed. Things happen. Maybe they don't share the same passion as you. You may not share the same passion that that person has. Maybe it won't work for them. You're pretty much reliant on their results or how they do, right? And what I mean of course, if you're investing in a company and stuff like that, that's different. Maybe if you're in crypto or you're in stocks, yes, you're betting on someone else. However, that's your discretion, right? You maybe you've done your research, this and that. But I'm talking about betting on you. When you bet on you, the only person that you can blame when things don't go right is yourself. You are reliant on yourself, of course, Allah, and there's a lot more freedom that goes into it. So you have more decisions that you can make. And that's what I found when I've been doing this online fitness training. You'll get a lot of feedback. A lot of people will tell you should do like this, you should do like that, you should do like this, you should do like that. However, you are the final decision maker. So everything goes under you. You make the decision, it's right or wrong, you go for it. And that's one thing I found out that's been really fulfilling. And next year, the goals that I have are a lot more clear because this year I took action just to figure out what to do. I was literally just like figuring out, trying to figure out what I need to do. And the fitness coaching, it's not just fitness coaching or coaching in general, but it's just getting back into this space and posting content around this is what I'm passionate about. Fitness, like taking care of your health, really, and having a clear mind. That's something I've always been really big on. While being able to enjoy your life, you can go travel, you can go spend time with your family. Because for me, I work hard, but sometimes it's like because I optimize my time really, really well, I'm able to spend time, with my family. I can I can travel. I can do a lot of different things, and I still get a good chunk done. I still get a lot of output done. Of course, I can always get more done, which I'm actively learning about. But yeah, so that's my biggest thing. Bet on yourself. I think that's the most important thing. Bet on yourself. Once you bet on yourself, you take certain actions and you focus on getting 1% better. 1% better every single day. 1% better. 1% better. 1% better. If you can do that, you will see a lot of progress throughout the year, and you'll go into December actually more, oh, I achieved these goals. This is what I'm going to do next. Instead of, oh, I want in my New Year's, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to stop this habit. I want to do this. And you go into it, you're all excited, and then you don't go into it. No. You should focus on your goal all year round. That's how you should approach your New Year's resolutions if you have New Year's resolutions. So, anyways, that's all I want to talk about. Thanks again. I'll talk to you later. Peace.